When you hear the words ready for retirement, what's the first thing that pops into your head? If you're like most people, it's probably a number, a savings goal, or a percentage of income, or the infamous 4% rule everyone talks about. For years, retirement advice has been all about hitting that magic number. But after working with more people than I can count, I've seen something time and time again. People who did everything right financially but ended up miserable a few years into retirement. Why? Because they were asking the wrong questions, or rather, they weren't asking the right ones. Today, we're going to talk about it. Ignoring it any longer won't fix the problem. I'm going to share 5 essential questions that have nothing to do with money that you absolutely must answer before retirement. Getting these right is the difference between quitting your job and truly living your best life. So, question number 1. Who am I without my job title? And this is huge. Let's be honest, our jobs are way more than just a paycheck. They shape our identity, our routine, and even our self-worth. When someone asks, what do? Your answer is automatic. But retirement strips away that title you've held for decades, and suddenly you're left asking, who am I without my career? This isn't just a minor adjustment, it's massive. A recent 2025 study found 42% of retirees wanting to return to work weren't motivated by money. They missed the challenge and purpose their jobs provided. So here's what I want you to do. Start thinking now about the things you genuinely love to do outside of your work. What skills or talents have you put aside while you built your career? Maybe it's mentoring, volunteering, writing, or even starting a small side business based on your passions. Retirement is your chance to rediscover and redefine yourself, but you've got to start the process before your last day at work. I promise I've seen so many people who are lost without their job. Before we start talking about what the finances look like, you need to know what you look like outside of work. Question number 2, how will I replace my social circle from work? How will I replace my social circle from work? Think about your typical day right now. Most of your daily interactions and friendships probably revolve around your coworkers. The day you retire, that built-in social life disappears overnight. I've seen countless retirees feel blindsided by loneliness. The big question here is, how will you proactively build your new social life? Notice I said proactively. Friendships at work, they just happen. And sometimes it's not even friendships, but they're there. And it happens naturally. But in retirement, you have to be intentional. Join clubs, pick up new hobbies, volunteer, or simply become a regular at a local coffee shop, I guess. Not my thing, but maybe it would work for you. But building your social life is crucial for your mental health. And it needs to start before you clock out for good. This is closely related to the first point, but they are different. Think about it. You show up to work Monday morning and say, hey, Joe or Sally or whoever, how was your weekend? And then the stories start, and there was this and there was that and this. And this is a huge change. Monday morning, there's nobody there. And I know some people can just go fishing every day. I know a lot of people who think they can. But make sure you are ready. Question number 3, what will my daily routine look like? One of the biggest shocks of retirement is the sudden disappearance of your structured routine. You're trading deadlines and meetings for wide open days, which sounds amazing until it isn't. A lack of structure can quickly lead to boredom and restlessness. Me personally, I go crazy within minutes of not having something to do. Other people look at me like I'm crazy, but after 5 minutes, I'm sitting in a chair relaxing and I'm like, there's got to be something to do. There has to be something in this condo or beach or boat or the in-laws house. There has to be something I can fix. Just give me something to do. How long have we been here already? And my wife is looking at me telling me, Doug, we've only been here a half hour. Do you know what I can get done in a half hour? Come on. Now ask yourself, what would my ideal retirement day look like? Seriously, you need to ask this. You don't need a rigid schedule, but you do need some structure. Build a daily routine around exercise, learning something new, meaningful activities, and intentional social time. This routine keeps you mentally and physically healthy, ensuring retirement isn't just about freedom but fulfillment. How many times have we heard about somebody who retired and with this in a few short years, they were gone, right? Question number 4, how will my most important relationships evolve? If you're married, retirement means spending way more time together, often more than you ever have. And that can either be wonderful, as it should be, or it can be very challenging, as it often is. And it's a huge adjustment, and most couples don't talk about this nearly enough. You have to ask, how will our relationship change? And how will we handle it? Discuss your expectations openly. Are your retirement visions aligned? Are you going to travel together? Or is one of you dreaming of adventures while the other craves quiet days at home? You need to discuss this. How will you balance together time with personal hobbies and space? These conversations might feel tough, but trust me, they are crucial to a happy retirement. Now, unfortunately, in the last few weeks, I met with a man in his middle 70s, and he was working a job because, in his words, and I quote, "it was way better than being at home arguing with the old lady." And that's pretty sad, but unfortunately, it's way too common. If you're getting ready to retire, you probably need to put in the work now with your spouse. I'm serious, you need to do this. Now, question number 5, am I mentally prepared to spend my money? And this one surprises people all the time. And it's a big part of what I have to do as a planner. You've spent your entire career saving money and you're a saver, but are you truly ready to start spending it? It can hurt. I know I said we wouldn't talk money, but this is a little different. Your mindset has to shift. I mean, I struggle to buy a pair of shoes. I'll get on Amazon 8 times and look at them before I can finally pull the trigger. I can afford the shoes. I just have a hard time spending money. And believe it or not, many retirees struggle with guilt or anxiety about spending. And even when they have plenty saved up, it feels unnatural to see the account balance going down instead of up. But your savings are meant for living, not just accumulating. That's why we did it. So ask yourself honestly, am I mentally ready to spend the money I've worked so hard to save? This is not something to ignore. One effective approach is to clearly define your expenses into essentials, examples like housing and healthcare, and wants like travel and hobbies. And when you see your essentials are covered, it becomes much easier to spend guilt-free on things that bring joy. And this is where a good financial planner can really help. Working with them, you can lay things out, and then you can meet with them occasionally so you know things are tracking okay. There is so much to having peace of mind, and a good plan can do just that. Because before, you could always just work and make more money. But now it's different, and this can really help you a lot. All right, so let's quickly recap those 5 questions that have nothing to do with numbers except for one, but everything to do with happiness. Who are you without your job title? Take time to think about this. How are you going to build your new social life? You need to look at these questions. What will your daily routine look like? Like I said, that's going to be a real problem for me. I can't do nothing. How will your relationships change? This one's huge. It's going to have a lot to do with your happiness in retirement. And are you mentally ready to spend your savings? Your financial plan can help you get to retirement, but answering these 5 questions, and I'm sure there's other questions that I didn't cover here, but answering those questions first can help ensure you're going to enjoy it. Now, if this resonated with you, hit subscribe. I've got plenty more tips coming your way, and drop a comment. Which of these questions feels like your biggest challenge? And I know a lot of you have faced this, so go ahead and get down there and share. It could help somebody else in ways you may not even know yet. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.